On behalf of CLJ, I welcome you all to CLJ, a drive for a sustainable corporate world. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to receive further updates. The vision behind this platform is to explore corporate literacy and impart legal education in a lucid and simple manner. Today we have with us Ms. Nandita S. Jha, full-time assistant professor at Chanakya National Law University, Patna. She is an expert in corporate law. She is also a co-investigator in Department of Justice project on Commercial Codes Act 2015. She is undergoing her PhD in the area of corporate philanthropy and voluntary organization. She is an alumni of HNLU Raipur and she has published many research papers in national and international reputed journals.
Hello everyone, I welcome you all on this platform which is being provided by Corporate Law Journal to discuss about corporate governance and its role in especially in small medium enterprises in India post-COVID. Before that, I congratulate the entire team for the hard work and the spirit they have for the corporate literacy work. I wish all the best to the team. May they prosper and the Corporate Law Journal as a team brings out and explore a better and a bright corporate literacy in India.
As you all know, today we are living in unprecedented times. The whole world has been impacted by COVID-19. This has brought a lot of uncertainty, not only to our individual lives, but to the judicial system across the world. In this video, Ms. Nandita S. Jha will provide her thought-provoking ideas on role of corporate governance in small and medium enterprises in post-COVID-19 scenario, challenges and opportunities. In this video, we will cover the governance issues with regards to small and medium enterprises as well as what exactly corporate governance means. In India, small and medium enterprises are looked at as social corporations and Ms. Nandita S. Jha will share her perspective regarding whether they should be governed as corporations or not for the purpose of corporate governance. With this short introduction, we welcome Ms. Nandita Jha for today's session. Thank you.
Hello friends, so now we'll begin discussing this topic which is the role of corporate governance in SME sector, especially small medium enterprises in India specifically, and in context of world we'll discuss how the governance rules will be taken care of, and especially when the newly notified definition of MSME has actually changed not the entire structure of corporation, but yes, their investment size. Now the reality would be those who were micro, small, now they'll become micro, the medium will become micro. So now the stages of elevation of the corporations will get down because the investment size and the turnover assets have been expanded by the ministry. That's a very welcoming step. Now the recent issue that we have been facing is the governance issues. Remember, what we understand by corporate governance is a very simple terms. So elements of corporate governance is good board practices, that means the management, control environment, transparent disclosures, well defined stockholders or shareholders right, and board commitment. Now when we're discussing these corporate governance, we always relate corporate governance with corporations, and the Indian psyche is that we do not include MSMEs or small medium enterprises as corporations. We actually look towards them as a social corporations rather than corporations for large business engagements. And the reality check shows that the entire small medium enterprises are the organizations which are contributing highest GDP and highest employment, but we still give them a perspective of a social enterprise. That is, believe that a small medium enterprise is for public good, is for public society good, or they are for employment of society, minimum society, small society, but that's not the reality. Even small medium enterprises have the capacity to participate with the large size firms which are listed by National Stock Exchange and uh, Bombay Stock Exchange. Dr. Saxena, Anand Saxena, he has written a very well defined paper, and I was going through it. He actually has questioned that is India ready for MSMEs to be governed as corporations in the format of corporate governance, or we believe that the small medium enterprises have a they can be run only by sociocracy. Now, sociocracy, you can understand that it's not only societal impact that we are discussing here. Now, corporate governance, as has been very well defined by OECD, that corporate governance is nothing but a system that corporations are directed and controlled. So it's up to the corporations that how to direct and control their organizations. They can decide on their own. Now, corporate governance is also defined as a relationship among top managements, board of directors, shareholders, and other stakeholders. Now, in this regard, if you look up to this, that the corporate governance is also a structure that objective of the corporation and performance evaluation methods to reach these objects which are determined by the corporation themselves. Now, we know that there are two main models of corporate governance that we always talk about, and the first corporate model is known as stockholder governance, that is shareholder governance, and the other is a stakeholder governance. Now, if we look up to the international perspective, the principles of corporate governance were first established in 1999 by OECD. These definitions actually turned out to be international reference in all over the world. Now, corporate governance has become more important for businesses in India and many other countries as well. Now, a firm is expected to ensure the rights of stakeholders and satisfy their needs equally. Now, a firm is also expected to recognize not only its direct shareholders but also indirect shareholders that are affected by firm's activity. Now, the entire obligation actually goes to corporations. Now, the question is Indian small medium enterprises are ready to bear these principles, or they're ready to actually adopt corporate governance norms? But what if they are ready, and what are the advantages and disadvantages related to it? Now, let's relate small medium enterprises and corporate governance together. See, I would say that growth is a very normal process for successful and healthy corporations. Even large scale firms all start their operations as small medium enterprises, but they become large by completing many difficult cycles. An entrepreneur, let's take it a small medium enterprise encounters many difficulties, especially in the growth cycle. In each cycle, and even SMEs are expected to monitor changing conditions in the market, adapt themselves to the process, and develop growth strategies in order to enter international markets, even in domestic markets. Now, look at the reality. Post-COVID opportunity scarcity has become an opportunity. There are a lot of firms who have diverted, all small medium enterprises who have diverted their business areas and are more involved in COVID-related merchandises or commodities for health, sanitation. What next? They are operating. They are getting so much scale. They are setting up all the like factories or manpower. But once this is over, hopefully it will be over very soon. Now, what will happen to that entrepreneur? What is that? What is that problem that small enterprise? Do you believe that organization will sustain the same way that it is sustaining in COVID time? The answer is no. Now, traditionally it is always thought that the corporate governance is related with large sized companies, which is a myth, I tell you, and agency problems. The two things that corporate governance is not about us, it's about large-sized companies. We are nobody. And agency problems. Now, how would you discuss agency problem here? So we all know that agency problem arises as a result of relationships between shareholders and managers. That's correct. Now, in small medium enterprises, why do they believe there's no need of corporate governance? Because the owner and the manager is the same person. An agency problem is irrelevant in these firms. But however, you have to understand a firm needs its stakeholders for its existence and growth. In a lot of other ways, it could be said that it does not mean that there is no need for corporate governance if the owner and manager is the same, and a firm does not use any external funds. In this regard, we have to understand that it is important that SMEs, for good relationship with their customers, with their suppliers, with their employees, and society in general, needs that governance mechanism. Now, not many researches have been done on this area, which we are actually undergoing. Our organization, Chanakya National Law University, is undergoing such research right now. That SMEs focus on issues such as the impact of management quality, or on the success of these firms, and importance of professional management in SMEs is related with their organization types, sizes and structures. Now, there's a term which is very common, is institutionalization. Now, institutionalizations known as professional management creates strong and stable firms, especially in competitive environment such as now. Now, institutionalization in SMEs create trust for the business world and society in general. I believe everyone know that post this and the China effect, naturally the market needs stability, and those SMEs need to come forward and fill up the demand, fill up the gap of the demand that exists. In very short, I would like to discuss the advantage and disadvantage of instituting corporate governance principles in small medium enterprises. That quickly will wrap it down. The first advantage I would tell you is that advantages are corporate governance has many advantages for the SMEs. There are also costs. Like for example, I'll tell you an example. Having an external audit and independent board members are costly, especially for SMEs. Now, advantages of corporate governance can be received in the middle term, but costs are assumed in short term. Now, the fact that cost makes the implementation of corporate governance principle difficult in SMEs, calculating the cost of corporate governance is difficult for firms of all sizes. There are a lot of studies, and they argue that implementation of CG, corporate governance principles, have a significant cost, which is more than 25% of the cost that comes up for SMEs. Yet, time cost of corporate governance is more emphasized. As a result, utility cost analysis must be made by SMEs to implement corporate governance principles in their firms. Now, I would like to say that advantages are there, a lot of advantages, like board practices would be there, there will be separation of ownership and management. Even when you have the same person as man, there might be fair there will be no discrepancies. Then in that way, all the pillars, employees, these will be taken care of. Accountability will be there. Then interest of stakeholders, fairness, good faith, diligence, disclosures, a lot of other things are related to it. But the question is, are we ready for it? No, unless we do a research that what is the utility cost. So every principle is actually imbibed, or is in the cage of history, social, political and economic status of a country. In that pursuit, this is the right time to analyze whether in India, after capital infusion or equity infusion through capital market in small medium enterprises, Is SME ready for corporate governance principles to be adopted? Will they be able to sustain in the market with the same principles that we actually apply in top 500 or top 100 listed entities under ICDR and LODR regulations? It is very difficult to say, because the entire concept which has recently been discussed, that the small medium enterprises will get an equity infusion from the market, that's very good. They will actually get equity finance. But are they ready with that equity finance to adopt the principles of corporate governance and the ICDR norm is still a question to be answered. I would like to conclude this entire thing for two major reasons. See, we know what is corporate governance, how the board will work, what is the fiduciary duty of a director, how the separation of management and ownership should be there, what principles they should follow, what should be a business responsibility statement, all well, all good. But this is for which we are actually doing it for the companies who are there to in a bigger size firms, large size firm. But even the reality says that every large organization possesses SME, and that is what is the reality. So it is the right time that we all have to think that the goal and role of the succession, that the entrepreneurs has to traverse from entrepreneurial role in the startup stage, managerial and leadership roles in the growth stage, to the governance role towards MSME transition into a large scale entity. This research area is still open, that after introducing or after induction of the MSMEs through capital market, are they still will they be in a position to go for following corporate governance norms that the other large scale companies are actually adopting under ICD? The dual nature of the board and the shareholders, then the board and shareholders have to come forward and follow the corporate governance norms, and primary acting organ with the characteristics that it will be explored with time and again, like delegated authorities, third relationship between third parties, how they will take care. So all these issues are part of MSME's governance. In totality, I would like to say in this short discussion or session that we are undergoing, that there are three prime areas that we have to question ourselves, and research is still on. Is MSME in a position to adopt corporate governance norms in comparison to other capital market listed companies? Secondly, what kind of model of corporate governance can they actually adopt? Can they go for a stewardship theory of governance, or they have to undergo agency problem theory of corporate governance? Thirdly, will the psyche of Indian market change, that MSMEs are not just social driven corporations, but they're also competing in the fair market with other companies? Fifth, will this restore the GDP of India and the employment contribution, which is 44% in India, by MSME sectors, which are either informal or formal sectors?